Okay, guys, like, I know some people are not going to take the coronavirus seriously, and there's some people that are going to take it seriously. But for those that are in severe distress right now, we have to have some consideration for those people, because the longer this goes on and the more the death toll increases and the more countries go into lockdown, the more people are really going to panic and worry. And for the people that have mental health illnesses out there, it's going to cause chaos and it's going to be hell for them. So we need to pull together and have some consideration for the people that are scared out there, because not everybody's going to have the mindset where, you think the media are just full of shit and the government are full of shit and this is, whatever sort of conspiracy theory somebody's made up. Whatever it is, people are gonna worry about these things no matter what happens. Not everyone's gonna have this strong mindset where they just don't care, and they believe that this is all gonna blow over and this is just, we're all overreacting by putting the countries into lockdown and banning sports events. And at the end of the day, guys, whatever is happening right now, I guess that the governments are trying to do the best they can do. I mean, at least they are actually acting upon the situation here. Like Italy, when they first went into lockdown, I think they really scared everybody and that didn't help matters. But what the counter argument to that is, they were just trying to act. And let's not be, I don't really want to use movies as an excuse, but you see it in movies all the time. When these viruses hit, people don't act quickly enough, and that's how they continue to spread and end up taking over the whole planet. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you have to act quickly so these things don't happen, so there's not even a risk of it happening. And because now it's spread all over the world, this has now become a serious thing. And I'm not going to sit here and preach and tell you to take it deadly serious, but I'm going to sit here and say to you, we need to have some sort of consideration for the people that are going to take this very seriously, because we need to pull together in situations like this. And there's been videos on the internet recently of the Italians and how they've acted towards the lockdown, and it's been really heartwarming and really good to see. And we all need to pull together, and that's not happening in England right now. Shoppers are going nuts. I mean, people are going nuts. They are raiding the shops. And what about the elderly or the disabled and people who are going to struggle to get to these places and get what they need while the country goes into lockdown? And there's people buying too much stuff that they're not going to need. And then there's shops out there that are selling things like hand soap and shit like that for £20 a bottle. And it's ridiculous, man. We have to pull together in times like this. Whether you believe this shit or not, there's still people out there that need help regardless of what you believe. There's a bigger picture here, and you need to stop and realize that all these jokes, I mean, I've made jokes about this myself. I mean, make all the jokes you want, but at the end of the day, when people need help, you need to step up. It's just, you have to think of the bigger picture here, man. So I just needed to ramble a little bit, and guys, like, there's so much fake news going around right now. Just be very careful about what you're clicking on. And for you guys that suffer with your mental health, and for myself as well, I'm taking a more seeing what happens approach to this whole situation, because you just don't know what's going to happen. None of us are in. The only people that really know what's going to happen is the very few scientists that are working on it, and the government officials around the world. Obviously, they're the only people that really know what's going on. So just be careful about what you're reading, and be careful about what type of videos you're watching. And when you go onto the internet, just go onto official government websites, because official health websites, because they're the ones that are going to have the correct information on there. Whether you believe it's correct or not, they're the guidelines we have to follow, and that's just something you got to accept. of course, by now you know the symptoms of shortness and breath, and a bad throat and flu-like symptoms, fever sort of like symptoms. So if you feel like you have them, then call somebody right away and get that checked out. Go up to the hospital and just get that checked. It's worth it. Don't wait for it to just blow over or think it might just be a flu. It's best to be safe. So if you're getting those symptoms, go and get checked. Simple guidelines to follow, stuff that you should be doing every day anyway, like washing your hands. It's just basic stuff. That is, like, how many people really wash their hands after they use the toilet? Be honest with yourself. Just start washing your hands a bit more, and wash them properly as well. Hot water and soap. So follow the guidelines, and check the official health websites for updates. Don't sit there all day watching the news, because that's not going to help. Don't do that. And don't sit there all day scrolling through posts. And when a post is shared on Facebook, you can see the website, and it's not really hard to tell whether that is an official website or a website that has a good reputation or not. If you've never heard of the website, it's probably not a website worth trusting. So all the trustworthy websites out there for news articles, people know them. Even if you don't follow the news, you know them. So be careful. And I just wanted to share some thoughts on that for the mental health survivors that are on my Facebook, because there's people from all over the world on my Facebook suffering with their mental health, and they want some clarification. So I hope this video helps in some way. And it is 5:20 in the morning, so I'm going to edit this video, upload it, and then get myself to bed, and hopefully, go to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait for this all to blow over.